Hello everyone, Jay Whitner here with Crowdfunding Coverage. We do a quick overview of what's happening each month in the crowdfunding universe, and our show is brought to you by Kickstarter Coaching and the Space Finance Group. In February, we had 4 major campaigns, all that brought in well over $1 million. The total they brought in was $8.4 million, and the big winner for February was the Nemesis board game that brought in $4.3 million. One news item this month, Start Engine's index, which tracks equity crowdfunding, indicates that we had a really good December but a slow January in the crowdfunding universe. And equity crowdfunding has now raised over $90 million. And we're continuing to move forward, but apparently a bit slower than we'd anticipated. We're going to talk briefly about 4 big campaigns this month. The size range was 1.1 million to 4.3 million. The video length ranged from about 2 minutes to over 6 minutes. You don't want to have such a long video like 6 minutes. So we really recommend 2 to 3 minutes is a good duration. The length of the campaigns range from 20 days to 50 days. The current wisdom seems to be somewhere in the 30-35 day range. These campaigns have between 1 and 16 rewards and 6 to 53 updates. First, we have Vanda. This was a campaign for a bag that raised quite a bit of money, over $1 million. Some of the things they did in their campaign is they used the GIFs, the brief videos with no audio. They offered their product in multiple colors and 2 sizes. I'm a real advocate of this, of giving the buyer a choice if you possibly can. They offered multiple early birds as part of their campaign. These are deep discounts for people that come into the campaign and support it early. They also had a nice comprehensive section about their team with the names of people that were working on the project, their pictures and their titles. This is usually a good thing to include in your campaign because it gives the buyer confidence that they're seeing who's doing the project. Next, we had one of the 2 board games this month. This one has the appealing title, Hate is the name of the campaign. This is a very violent styled game with lots of combat in it. They raised a lot of money, about $1.5 million in their campaign. They offered add-ons as part of it. This is a way that you can keep your core price as low as possible, and then you have additional things people can buy if they want them. They had a supplemental video that they used. It's important that your primary video not be too long, but you can have as many videos as you like. So these people had an additional video about their project. Many of the game campaigns have lots and lots of stretch goals. If you're not familiar with this concept, it's if we reach X dollars, we'll add this. If we reach Y dollars, we'll add that. It's something that keeps the campaign growing, and as it grows, the product gets better and better. This motivates people to bring in their friends and spread word of the campaign. Also, they had a special link on the campaign page for retail buyers. If somebody is buying it and they have a retail store, they have different needs and concerns than a traditional regular buyer. So this way, all the information that they might be interested in is aggregated in one place, and you're not cluttering up the campaign page with information that most of the backers are not interested in. Next, we have a beauty campaign. The idea here is that some ladies put this mask thing on their face as part of their beauty regime, and these people have invented this device that sort of you rub on your face, and it provides many of the benefits that you would have with one of these face mask things. It's a much more enjoyable process, apparently. They raised a lot of money in their campaign. about $1.6 million. And some of the things they did is they talked about awards that their product had won, which gives credibility to what they're doing. They have a back the project button embedded in the main part of their campaign. This is a technique that people use if they think they're going to get lots of people looking at the campaign that have not used Kickstarter before and they're not sure what to do. So this is just a button that clearly says, click here to back the campaign, and it takes them a little bit through the process. They had a link for media. As I mentioned earlier, that people with retail stores that are buying for their store have special needs. Well, if the media are looking at your campaign to do a story, they have special needs as well. They might want high resolution imagery, they might want certain kinds of videos or other information. So by having a link for media people to use, you put all the stuff they want together and it doesn't clutter up the campaign for everyone else. They offered their product in 2 sizes, which I think I previously mentioned I'm an advocate of. And they had multiple early birds, different special discounts for people that come into the campaign early to build momentum at the very beginning. And the big winner this month was the Nemesis board game. This is a science fiction horror kind of a thing where you fight to try to survive in the future with aliens and so forth. Some of the neat things they did in raising over $4 million is they're offering the game in a bunch of languages. 6 different languages they're going to offer the game in. They had a lot of stretch goals, over 50 of them. This is something that you really only see, these huge numbers of stretch goals in games. You don't see it in any other kind of campaign typically. So if you're doing any campaign that is not a game campaign, don't try to have so many stretch goals. You make yourself crazy. They had add-ons, which I previously mentioned is a way to keep the core price of the game low. People can buy extra things if they want them. This campaign had a ton of supplemental videos. So one of the most number of supplemental videos I've ever seen. I didn't count them up, but maybe there was like a dozen supplemental videos in the campaign. So have as many as you want, but don't make your main video too long. Also, they're offering a full refund on request. This is a great thing to do. People are buying your product where they have not had the chance to examine it, to try it out a little bit. They're sort of buying it on spec. So providing a refund option for them gives them confidence to go ahead and buy. That's it for crowdfunding coverage covering February of 2018. Hope you enjoyed our show. Check back with us in a month or so, and we'll talk about what's going on in March. Take care.